Hi everybody, how are you? It's Mike Andrew. Once again providing a short video with practical insights as it applies to business and leadership. Recently someone sent me a video that got a lot of views on the internet from a very well-known consultant who is very good. I've got a lot of respect for him, but I think he was off on this one. I won't mention his name. And he was talking about the role of CEO, Chief Executive Officer. And he feels that we shouldn't be using that term. A CEO should be the CVO, Chief Vision Officer, just like there's a Chief Financial Officer who focuses on finance, or a Chief Marketing Officer who focuses on the commercial end of the business and marketing and so forth. That the CEO should be a CVO focusing on the vision. And I immediately had a reaction to that because, a CEO to me is much more than someone who facilitates the creation of a vision in the company, much more than that. And this is the difference, in my opinion, from executives and leaders who are practitioners who live and breathe leadership every single day versus academics or consultants. As good as they are and as smart as they are, I always read about the executives who've been there, done that, and living and breathing leadership, successfully and unsuccessfully, but learning along the way. Let me tell you about this, why I don't think a CEO should be considered a chief vision officer, because I think they're more than that, much more than that. And immediately it conjured up a story I remember from years ago. Even though it's years ago, it's still very relevant. Lou Gerstner, the former chairman and CEO of IBM, one of the biggest companies in the world. When he became chairman and CEO, shortly after, he had a press conference and the media was bombarding him and they said, well, what's your vision for the company? And he said, he shocked everybody. He said, the last thing in the world we need right now is a vision. And that drove everybody crazy, because how could a CEO not have a vision? So I'm going to look at my notes, if you don't mind. He said, what we need right now is a series of tough-minded, market-driven, highly effective strategies for each of our businesses, strategies that will deliver performance in the marketplace and shareholder value. Makes sense to me. He said, our number one priority is to restore the company to profitability. We need to be committed to being much more profitable than we've been. The number two priority is to focus on our customers, to win the battle in the marketplace in the eyes of the customers, because that will help restore profitability. And he went on to say that, in his first 60, 90 days as chairman and CEO, he saw files and files of vision statements. He said, we just have to go out there and make things happen and be profitable and serve our customers. So I think, that's the chief executive role that keeps them awake at night. Profitability, serving the customers, gaining that competitive advantage. And along the way, when the timing's right for a vision or, recreate a new vision with the help of the team, great. And that's why when people say, Mike, what leadership books do you recommend? That's always a tough question, because there's hundreds of thousands of leadership books. But I always revert back to reading about leadership from practitioners, whether they be executives like Jack Welch and Lou Gerstner, or they be military generals, where they have a career of making change after change, new assignments, reassignment, where they have to go in, assess the situation, make changes, adapt, and move on from there. If you want to learn about leadership, hands-on practitioner approach, people who've been there, done that, read it from people who do it for a living, whether they be executives or military generals. And no offense against consultants and academics, but I'll take the people who do it for a living any day of the week. All right. Thank you very much for listening, and feel free to add your comments, thumbs up, or whatever, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.